Welcome to the Simplilearn YouTube channel. In today's video we are going to be talking about WordPress. We're going to show you how to use WordPress, what is WordPress, what are the skills you need to use WordPress, why should you use WordPress, and in the process I'll give you a hands-on demo of the basic functionality of WordPress. As usual, I am Mark Kempman, I am your digital navigator for this video. And if you like the video, click the like button. If you want to subscribe to our channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button and join our fantastic community of interactive learners on the Simplilearn YouTube channel. But before we start, let me share something to the program. So what we're going to be talking about is, first, we're going to talk about content management systems. WordPress is a content management system to develop a website. But to understand this, how to use this, it is important that you understand the essence of a content management system. We'll then go into what is WordPress. We'll look at the two versions of WordPress that are out there. We're going to look at WordPress features, and I'll give you a brief demo of the WordPress functionality. We're going to look at one competitor in specific who is trying very hard to sort of bite into WordPress market leadership, and that's a competitor called Wix. So we're going to do a short comparison between Wix and WordPress. I'm going to then show you how to install WordPress, and then once you've got it installed, how are you going to create your website. And then we're going to close off today's session with having a look at some advantages and disadvantages. Right, but let me give you some facts of WordPress first. WordPress was released in 2003 as a blogging platform by a guy, Matt Mullenweg, and his friend Mike Little. It was a fork-off of an older blogging platform called B2 Cafe Log. And it included basic functionalities like the ability to create a blog post, to manage comments and upload images. Yeah, it grew in popularity and features were added like plugins and custom post pipes, with lots of different updates across the years in 2008 and to 2010, the 15th, 2018, and then new features came like a redesigned admin interface, a theme customizer, and a blog editor, which made it a lot easier to develop your websites. Now, where is WordPress today? It is the most popular CMS or content management system in the world. Over 40% of all websites on the internet, they use WordPress, and it continues to be one of the largest community of contributors to any CMS platform. Here are some other WordPress stats. WordPress powers 40% of the internet and is available in over 200 languages. WordPress users, they publish around 70 million new blog posts and 77 million new comments each month. And Yoast SEO, which is a plugin for search engine optimization for your website on WordPress, has been downloaded over 372 million times as of today. Makes it basically makes it the most popular WordPress plugin that you can use. The WordPress community consists of over 78 million active users and over 1.5 billion monthly unique visitors. They visit the WordPress websites without knowing that, of course. WordPress.com, which is a separate version of WordPress, and I'll come back to that in a minute, they host over 5.5 million active websites. And Automatic, which is the company behind WordPress.com, is valued at over $3 billion and has over 1,500 remote employees across the world. Yeah, so some pretty staggering numbers, and it clearly makes WordPress the market leader when it comes to a CMS or a content management system for your website. Now, what is a content management system? Before we dive into that, CMSs, they started in the 1990s, but they were not widely used until the early 2000s. So the early CMS systems were often proprietary, expensive, and very difficult to use. PHP Nuke was like the first open source content management system in 2000, later followed by Drupal. And Drupal became, in those days, one of the leading development platforms for your website. WordPress, released in 2003, evolved into a fully fledged CMS and currently is the most popular CMS for any website out there. Other popular CMSs include Joomla, launched in 2005, and Magento, very much for e-commerce website. Today there are dozens of CMSs available, both proprietary and open source. Now, so much kind of an introduction on CMS. Let's define what a CMS actually is. A CMS, also known as a content management system, is like a very friendly website building tool. It is a software application that provides a hosted, a centralized and organized method for managing, storing and publishing your website or any digital content that you want to have. Yeah, it helps you create, manage and publish digital content without having to be a tech or a WizKid or learn complicated coding. Yeah, so it's all about ease of use. It's about easy content creation and management. Yeah, they make it simple for non-technical users to create, edit and manage website content without requiring specific technical skills or programming knowledge. It also provides much faster website development. Yeah, because you can use pre-built templates, you can use plugins, and that all speeds up the website development. Yeah, so that reduces the need to start from scratch, to start programming your website from scratch. You just pick the building blocks, and in the process of doing that, your website sort of comes together. It's also for improved website maintenance. Yeah, so a content management system, they provide built-in tools for website maintenance, like updating the software, security for your website, backups for your website, yeah, and optimization for search engines. So it is all about making your life a lot easier. So with this CMS, you can use a simple interface, and you see that later when I show you the WordPress backend. Yeah, so you use a simple interface to create and organize your content, design your website, and manage the different users and their permissions who can work on your website. It also allows you to connect with other tools, like services to make your website go even faster, or e-commerce services, or Google services. So they are designed to be flexible. They are designed to be extensible. Yeah, and one of the ways to achieve this is by connecting the various types of tools to your content management system. And by connecting to databases, CMSs can store all data and your content in a very effective way. Now, one of the big advantages of content management systems is their open architecture. Yeah, so you can connect what we call third-party APIs to enhance the functionality of your CMS. Yep, so you can add tools like Google Analytics or Salesforce, HubSpot, all tools through the API. You can connect social media integration, e-commerce capability, etc. So it's a very open platform, and that makes them so interesting. And then one of the biggest assets of CMSs, and that's where WordPress is so incredibly flexible. You can have plugins and extensions, they are available, which can be installed to add features like SEO, contact forms, image galleries, e-commerce, you name it. And you'll see in WordPress there are thousands and thousands of plugins for free or that you pay for that gives you that added functionality in WordPress. So in general, any website that needs to manage and publish content on a regular basis can benefit from a CMS. Yeah, because it can help you with content organization, it helps you with version control, with workflow management, user management, and many other tasks that are essential for creating and managing your website. So there are many types of websites that can benefit from a CMS. So take, for instance, a standard blog. Yeah, so with a CMS for a blog website, it's easy to create and publish your blog posts, as well as managing the comments and other user-generated content. Yeah, you have news websites. They sort of are a big aggregator of all the news out there. So for them, it's easy to create and manage blog posts, as well as they can help with the organization and the management of the content, because they've got a huge amount of news articles on their website, and by setting tags and by setting categories, you can give people easy access to that content. E-commerce websites, they can manage product listings. Yep, so that's what the CMS can do for you, managing product listings, manage pricing, manage inventory, as well as tools to manage the orders and the customer data. And corporate websites, they can use a CMS as well. They can benefit from it. So it can include product and service information, news and events, career opportunities. So basically every website, every type of website can benefit from a CMS system. So as I said, WordPress is one of the leading CMS systems out there. So let's dive a bit deeper into WordPress. Now, bear in mind, there are two versions of WordPress. There is WordPress.com and there is WordPress.org. Yeah, WordPress.com is a hosted service provider, yeah, that provides a simplified version of the WordPress software. So you don't have to worry about hosting it. WordPress.com will host it for you. The only thing you do is to create an account, select a theme, put in your content, press publish, and your website is live. But it offers a limited set of features, themes, and plugins. So users have limited control over the technical aspects of their website. But it is really good for those people who want to create a website quickly without the hassle of any technical complications or technical knowledge. It is literally go to WordPress.com, create an account, select a theme, add your content, press publish, and your website is live. You don't need any knowledge for that. The basic version is free of WordPress.com. But as soon as you're going to add additional functionality, like your own URL or specific search engine optimization features, then you're going to pay a premium fee. But they're still not that expensive. WordPress.org is a CMS platform. It's an open source software that can be downloaded and installed on your own web hosting server. And usually you go to a web hosting server provider like GoDaddy or Amazon or wherever have you, and you install WordPress. You basically hire a little space on their server, yep, and then you install WordPress, and then you have to develop your website within that CMS. So it's a self-hosted solution, and it gives you complete control over the website's design, the website's functionality, and the customization options. Through WordPress.org, you have access to thousands of themes, thousands of plugins, and you can even modify the code of your website if you would like that. But you are responsible for installing and maintaining the WordPress software, as well as managing other things like backup, security, hosting, etc. But it gives you flexibility, it gives you customization, and if you're comfortable with that, if you have your basic technical skills and you're comfortable with managing your own hosting and server configurations, then WordPress is definitely the place for you, WordPress.org. Right, so when we're going to talk about WordPress going forward in this presentation, I'm going to be talking about WordPress.org. Yeah, so keep that in mind. I'm not talking about WordPress.com, but WordPress.org. I'm going to talk to you about how to set up your own WordPress on your own hosted server provider, as it were. Okay, and we're going to go through that process. So WordPress.org, again, is free software for creating your website and your blog. So it's a self-hosted solution, which means you need to find a web hosting company and you need to install it on their servers. Again, you have complete control over your design, your functionality, your customization, and you can choose from thousands of themes and plugins. But again, you are responsible for the hosting and the security. Right? So keep that in mind. So let's have a look at basic features of WordPress. There are 3 basic features. It's the themes, the plugins, and the widgets. Yeah, so the themes, they control the appearance of the website. Plugins add new features and functionality. And widgets display extra content or functionality in specific areas on the website. Yes, so they are used to customize the appearance and the functionality of your website. So let's dive a little bit deeper. Themes, they are pre-designed templates that change the look and the layout of your WordPress website. Yeah, they control the overall design, the color scheme, the fonts that are being used, and style of the website. And there are literally thousands, tens of thousands themes available on the website. You can select them through WordPress. You can also go to websites, and I'll show you later, Theme Forest, for instance, where you can just look at other themes, and you can just they're sometimes are for free, others they're premium. So you just click on the theme and you click install and it will activate on your WordPress website. Plugins are add-ons that extend the functionality of a WordPress website. So they can be used for features like SEO, contact forms, social media sharing buttons, e-commerce functionality. They're very useful. And there are, as we saw with the themes, there are thousands and thousands of free and premium plugins available in the WordPress directory. You can also use your own theme, or your own plugins. But you have to be careful with your plugins, because WordPress updates regularly to a new version. Yep, and you need to make sure that your plugins are compliant with the new updates. So from WordPress. And sometimes if your plugin provider is not updating the plugin in line with the WordPress updates, then your plugin may stop working and that may dysfunction your website. Widgets are small modules that can be added to a sidebar of a website, or a header or a footer. So it gives you extra functionality or extra content in that particular section. So you can have a search bar, recent posts, categories, tags, social media icons, or ads that you can have. Most themes, bear in mind, they come pre-built widgets included. And users can also create your own custom widgets. So let's look at 3 examples of popular websites built on WordPress, so you get a bit of an idea. Yes, so the first website that people may be surprised about is the Walt Disney Company. Yeah, so this is you see a huge company, a global corporation. They use a WordPress CMS to sort of build their entire website. Yeah, so it's all, that's the beauty about about WordPress. It's basically a container for the huge amount of content that you have on your website. Yeah, and you see that here in the news section. That is where all their articles are featured, like blog posts basically. Yeah, and you can access them through the website. Okay, so that is the Walt Disney Company. So it's a very user-friendly design, very easy navigation, and it's a great way to find all the information about the company. TechCrunch is another one. It's a leading technology website that covers the latest in tech news for startups. It's built on WordPress and it features a responsive design that looks great on both the desktop and the mobile. Yeah, so it includes a mix of articles, videos, podcasts, and it allows users to easily browse by topic or search for specific articles. Now, what is a responsive design? A responsive design is very important. A responsive design means that your website will automatically resize to the device that the user is using. Yeah, so it's a mobile friendly version of your website. And when you pick a design, you always need to make sure that the design is responsive. And the best way to test is if you make the website smaller, that it will automatically resize. And you can see that here. Yeah, resize ultimately to the mobile format. So the third example was Star Wars. It's the official Star Wars blog. Yeah, it's a fan site that cover all things related to Star Wars, from movies, TV shows to books and comics. It's built on WordPress and it features a design that reflects the Star Wars universe, complete with their custom font and background. It includes news, interviews, fan content, as well as a forum where users can discuss here in the community, where users can discuss their favorite Star Wars topics. Yeah, so that's an example of 3 WordPress websites. Yep, so that's it. Yeah, so let's have a look at the backend system of WordPress to get an idea what sits behind this website. So if I go to my own website, and that is Riyadh Farasha. Yeah, that is a kind of a house that I have in Marrakesh, in Morocco, that I rent out, that people can, it's on Airbnb. But besides that, this website is built on WordPress. Now, a very easy way to find out if a website is built on WordPress is basically after the URL, you just type wp-admin. Yeah, that is what you need to access the backend. It will ask you for a user ID and a password. If the website, the browser comes back with URL does not exist, then you know that this website has not been built on WordPress. Okay, so let's wait till we get the access. Oh, I've already logged in, yeah, so that's why we don't see the login screen, but that's okay. Yeah, you'll get first a login screen, you sign in, and then you get to your dashboard. So here you see your WordPress dashboard, you see the theme that I used, yep, and then here is some updates that are required. At a glance, how many posts, how many pages, I can add a quick article, etc. But here you see on the left, you see the menu. Yeah, so you see basically the most important ones are your blog posts, are your website pages. Yeah, so WordPress works with pages and posts. Pages are static pages like your home page. Yeah, posts are blog posts. Okay, so that's basically the essence of the structure of WordPress. Then here you see your themes, and then here you see your plugins. Yep, and then you have tools, you have your setting. I've set up SEO on the site, I've set up Google Analytics. Yeah, so if I go to my pages and look at all pages, then here you get a list of all the pages that you have active on your website. Okay, so go to posts and you get a list of all the posts that you have on your website, the blog posts. If you want to add a new post, you just click here, add new. If you want to add a new page, you can also hover over the pages and then click add new. You can add different things like portfolio or testimonials or products or services. Yeah, and here is your media library. This is where you have all the photos and videos that you use on your website. Okay, and here you have your theme options. So I selected a specific theme, and then here you see all the things that you can change on your theme. So nothing to program. Yeah, you can just go through all these items and select the specific options for that section. So you have the site layout, the header style, etc. Yes, so that's the theme options. So these are all the options that you can specify. And then here you have your appearance. So here you see the themes. And you also see the widgets, and you can also specify the menus. So when you start your website, the first thing WordPress will ask you, go to the themes. And then it will come default with 2 or 3 themes. But you can search for themes as well. So you see there are Virtue, there are probably a handful of themes that I've got here. Yeah, but these are sort of available. I can also search for new themes. Okay, so I can search here in WordPress. I can also search on outside WordPress in Theme Forest, for instance, and then bring in the theme into WordPress. Okay, so those are the themes. Here are your widgets. You see a list of widgets that you have available. Yeah, so here you see the widgets that I've installed and where they are in the sidebar, the home widget, the footer column. Yeah, we have 4 footer columns, and here is the available widgets that I can add. Okay, and then very important, here is your page with plugins. I can see my installed plugins, or I can add new plugins. So go to the installed plugins, and then you see what plugins are you have installed. Yep, and then you can add new plugins as well. So that is a very high level overview of the WordPress functionality. I just want to leave it at this. It's important to understand, yeah, if we go back to this, the features, if you want to sort of summarize them. The one big benefit of WordPress in the features, it is a very user-friendly interface. It's a very intuitive interface. Yeah, and it makes it easy for users to create and manage content on the website. The second big advantage is the wide range of customizable themes and templates that you can select from. That's where WordPress is second to none, the availability of the themes. Now, there is a bit of a drawback here. I just want you to be aware of that. Yeah, if you are a WordPress expert, if you know WordPress quite well, you will see that a lot of the themes, they have kind of the same structure. Yeah, so I can kind of recognize if a website is built on WordPress or not. Yeah, because the themes are very sort of similar, but they differ by the look and feel of them. So keep that in mind. Yeah, always very important, make sure that the website is adaptive, is responsive. And that is another big advantage of WordPress, that it has a responsive and a mobile-friendly design. Another big advantage and the features of plugin is their extensive plugin and widget architecture. Yeah, and that gives you a tremendous library of functionality that you can use on your website. Because of these plugins, you can also very easily optimize your website for SEO. So WordPress has built-in features for that, but one of the best SEO plugins is Yoast SEO, where you can add meta tags, sitemaps, permalinks, descriptions, page titles, etc. And then finally, the features in WordPress, they really stand out when it comes to supporting multi-languages. Yeah, so it's multiple languages, making it easy to create and manage websites for international companies. And then to close, very good features are around the e-commerce. With plugins like WooCommerce, WordPress can power any e-commerce website and can handle transactions, inventory management, and more. Besides that, the core engine of WordPress is its blogging platform. Yeah, so it's still one of the best blogging platforms, but it is now also, of course, has the capabilities to build your entire website around it. But the blogging capabilities, they include posting, post scheduling, commenting, and social media sharing. WordPress also offers a fantastic library for media management. Yeah, so making it easy to upload, store, manage all types of media files, like images, audio, video, PDFs, and what have you. And to close the feature list off, there is a very strong community around WordPress. Very large, very active for developers, for designers and users. They contribute to the ongoing development of WordPress. They provide support. They create themes and plugins to extend the functionality. And if you have a problem, I'm sure you can find an answer in the WordPress community, because other people will have experienced those problems as well. Okay, now let's compare WordPress with the competition. And I'm going back now to WordPress.com and WordPress.org. Yeah, remember WordPress.com was the basic where WordPress would take care of the hosting. Yeah, so you just open an account and publish your site. So competitors with WordPress.com are Wix, Webflow, Squarespace, Bubble, Soho Sites, Square Online, which was formerly Weebly. I really like Weebly, by the way. And Odoo Website Builder. If you look at competitors for WordPress.org, we look at HubSpot CMS Hub, Progress Sitefinity, Drupal, Joomla, Kentico, Contentful. And if you look at e-commerce competitors, we look at Shopify, Ionos, Squarespace, Volusion, and BigCommerce. Now, one of the big competitors, although they are in the hosted section, yeah, they are in the WordPress.com section, but they are trying to eat in WordPress market share in the WordPress.org section is Wix. Yeah, so although Wix provides hosting as part of its own platform, WordPress, we're talking about the comparison of Wix with WordPress.org, requires users to pay for the hosting. So keep that in mind. So Wix has been around for quite a few years. And it was initially, you just go to Wix, you like WordPress.com, you create an account and you select a theme, you add your content, click publish, and your website is live. Where Wix stood out, where they were truly unique, was on the quality of their designs, of their themes. Yeah, they were clearly a level higher, better quality than the WordPress themes. Now, in the early days, one of the reasons why Wix was so powerful and so popular was because of the quality of its themes. Yeah, and that's where it really stood out from WordPress. Now, one of the reasons why these themes stood out was that they were developed on Java. Yep, and with Java, you have a lot more flexibility on creating really nice kind of themes. But the problem with Java was that Google couldn't index pages that were built with Java because it was very proprietary coding. The text was kind of buried in the code. So in the early days, Wix had a very poor reputation when it came to search engine optimization. Over the years, that has changed. Wix is now no longer using Java because Java is gone, yeah, but still there is this sort of negative connotation with Wix is not good for search engine optimization. But those are, as you know, these things, they linger on. So Wix, because it is hosted, yeah, so Wix has a more limited set of templates and designs available because they are coming from Wix, as it were. Yeah, where WordPress is highly customizable with thousands of plugins and themes available. Yeah, so you got to understand that. So Wix is kind of closed, where WordPress is open. Now that is another element here, which is kind of a negative on WordPress. Because WordPress is so open, with plugins and themes coming from so many different sources, it is also slightly more vulnerable for spam and for attacks on your website. Yeah, where Wix is more protected. Now let's look at those themes. So if I go to Wix, so here you see Wix, create a website, that means business, still very good themes. Yep, so very easy to start, very friendly to set up. I'm not going to log in or get started. I'm just going to show you if I go to the creation and I'm going to the website templates. Yeah, 800 plus designer made templates. And here you see a selection of the different templates that you can have a look at. Yes, so you can just click on the template, you can edit. That means you can turn it into your website, or you can view the template, how it would look like. So let's look here on view and then see a live version of what the website would look like. Yes, you see they look really good. Use it as a starting point, click straight onto edit the site. So you see how easy it is to make. If I go to WordPress themes, I showed you how to find the themes on WordPress. Yeah, I can also go to a site like Theme Forest. Yep, and then here you have a huge library of 50,000 WordPress plugins. Yeah, at various prices. You can get them for free, you can get them for premium. You just look at the theme. So take for instance Total WordPress Responsive. Yeah, so here you see, look at the live preview. And then here you can see the different demos that they have. Yeah, so you click here on the demo and then you see how the demo would look like. And then you can buy the demo and then install it on your WordPress installation. Okay, so those are the themes that are very important, and that is where Wix has a more limited set but very creative. WordPress highly customizable with thousands of plugins and thousands of themes. So Wix is known for its ease of use. Yeah, so anybody can easily start a website on Wix. But remember, you have limited control over the technical aspects of your website because it is managed by Wix. Where WordPress, WordPress.org, you have complete control. So although you need more technical skills, yeah, it gives you complete control over the design, adding functionality, even coding the website if you want to. So keep that in mind. As we said earlier as well, Wix has more limited set of SEO options. Historically, remember with the Java format that they had, yeah, you may need to upgrade your plan on Wix to get more SEO features. Where on WordPress, you have the most fantastic SEO plugins like Yoast SEO, all-in-one SEO, which gives full SEO functionality on your website. And we all know how important SEO is. Right, now let's look at how we're going to install WordPress. Yes, so there's two options. You can do it through a hosting provider. Yeah, there are two options. There are two options. You can be guided by your hosting provider, or you can do it all yourself. So let me show you first how to do it through your hosting provider. So here is my hosting provider, which is GoDaddy. Yeah, on GoDaddy, I have multiple products, and one of my products is hosting. Okay, and I'll show you later the details around that. But when you go to your hosting section in your service provider, yeah, then here you have a list of the websites that you are having installed on the provider's server. If you want to add a new website, which is guided by the hosting provider, the only thing you have to do is to go to your admin panel. And in your admin panel, you have all the apps that you have access to. Yeah, it could be email, it could be file manager, it could be the images, but there's also apps that you can install, like WordPress or Magento or Joomla. So the only thing you need to do if you want to install WordPress on your hosting provider's server, you just click here on WordPress. That will then take you into a dialog. Yep, and then you will just fill in the details, the name of your website, the user ID, password, yep, and then it will install it for you on your server. So that's one way of installing it. The second way of installing is do it yourself. Yeah, and that's a bit more complicated. But these are the steps you will have to go through. First of all, you need to decide on what hosting provider you're going to use. That could be GoDaddy, Bluehost, HostGator, and what have you. Then you go and actually download the latest version of WordPress from the official WordPress website. Then what you do, you're going to upload WordPress on your server that you have with the server provider. Yep, so you can use an FTP client like FileZilla, or as I showed you just now, through your web hosting control panel. When GoDaddy does it for you, yeah, like when your hosting provider does it for you, they create your SQL database. If you do it yourself, you will have to create your own MySQL database. And your hosting provider has an app for that. Then you run the WordPress installation script. It will then create the WordPress file and create a database, and then you can configure WordPress. Yeah, so you log into your admin area, you choose the theme, add the plugins, create the pages, and you launch your site. That is how easy it is when you want to do it yourself. Okay, now back to the hosting provider for a sec. Yeah, it's important that you understand. If I go to GoDaddy, yeah, then here you see the different type of products that you have. So these are the products that I use. I have a section on domains. So I have bought domains that they manage for me. Yep, so here are my domains. I have web hosting. Yeah, so that is where I buy my slice of their web server. Yeah, always make sure it has a cPanel, which is an admin, the admin section. Okay, then very important, make sure that you buy web hosting and that you add SSL certificates. You may have heard of SSL certificates. They are the S behind HTTP. Yeah, so HTTPS, which is basically a required security feature that Google wants to see on your website. And then additionally, you can buy website security, which is important, and backups. And there's many other products, but these are the core products that you need from your hosting provider. Okay, so we are all set up. We have WordPress ready. Let's now look again at the website creation. So once you've chosen your hosting provider, and we talked about that, you're then going to install WordPress, either do it yourself or through your hosting provider. And then the first thing you're going to do is choose a theme. And I've shown you the library of themes. Yeah, so there are free themes, there are paid themes that you can choose from. And you can also install custom themes directly from a third-party developer website. And then you're going to customize your theme. What I like about many of the themes, they come with demos. And you can actually download the demo. So you see the full website completely ready, completely installed with the demo. And the only thing you have to do is to change the content of the demo with your own content. Then you're going to add your logo, etc. You're going to add your own blog post. You're going to change your pages, upload the text in your pages. Yep, and then you're going to add plugins like SEO, like social media sharing and what have you, like forms. And then you're going to publish your website. Yeah, so you can then publish it for the world to see and share it on social media and start promoting your website. Once your website is ready, what you basically do, you link your website to your URL. Yep, and that's the hosting provider can do that all for you. One important aspect on the hosting provider, make sure that you check the service options from your hosting provider. If you have a technical problem, how good are they at responding? And the minimum you should look for is that they have a chat capability. Because there's nothing worse than having to wait for a call. When you call them, wait for half an hour or an hour on the phone before you get an answer. I always prefer to do that through chat. Right, so what are the advantages and the disadvantages of WordPress? The big pros on WordPress are open source, customization, large community, very SEO friendly, and content management. Yeah, so it's the easiest CMS out there. And because it's open, there are literally tons of options to customize it. If you have problems, there is a huge WordPress community that can help you find the answers. If you want to do your SEO for your website, yeah, WordPress has fantastic plugins like Yoast SEO, all-in-one SEO, to actually make the SEO as easy and as smooth as possible for your website. So the large community is really helpful in WordPress if you have any problems with your website and with your WordPress installation. And of course, the content management is very important. As you can see, as you saw on the demo, is you can really access the blog posts, the pages, the media in a very friendly way. So there's lots of benefits in using WordPress, but there are some negatives as well. Yeah, and I think a big negative is its open source positive. Yeah, because it's open source, the security is slightly more at risk, as it were. Yeah, so you're more prone to attacks and to spam than on closed platforms. Yep, and as well, of course, you do need some technical skills. Yeah, maintenance is an issue as well. Yeah, so, and I mentioned that earlier. If you have an update on the WordPress CMS, then your plugins need to be upgraded as well. And some plugin providers, they're later with upgrading, and it may happen that plugins stop working after a WordPress CMS upgrade. So you need to be very alert to those things. And one final issue that may come up with WordPress is that they tend to be slightly slower in performance, which basically means it takes longer to load a page. So you need to be aware of that, you need to track that, you need to measure that, and you can get tools in WordPress as a plugin that can help you with improving the speed of your website. So that's a wrap, folks. That's all there is as an introduction to WordPress. I hope you found this useful. There's more to come in the future on this, but for now, this is as far as we want to take this. So if you liked the video, don't forget to click the like button or subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button and join our fantastic Simplilearn online learning community. That's it, and I'll see you next week at the next video that we're going to publish for you. Take care for now.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.